Oh, hello, everyone. Hello. This is Chris Wilson, and I am here with the Midweek Motivation. How is everyone doing? Hello. Give it a couple of seconds. Hopefully, someone will pop on here. My sister, Sarah Wallace, is popping in. Hello, Sarah. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, everyone. So I hope you all have had a wonderful week thus far. The weekend is much closer now than it was yesterday, so just hold on. Hold on. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to hit the share button. Hit the share button to share this out to other friends and family. That would be great. So let's jump right into today's discussion. Today's discussion is time management and getting organized so we can stay focused. These are some of the things we're going to chat about today. Yeah, it'll be a little bit different than what we've been doing, but yeah, I think this is an important topic today. Time management. M. Beth, hello. Thank you for joining. Good to see you. Time management. Getting organized so we can stay focused. Okay, so over the past 2 weeks, I've been talking with y'all about the volume, just the sheer volume of great ideas and thoughts that I've been receiving, right? There were so many thoughts running through my mind that I had to, I get up, these thoughts and these ideas that were being downloaded, that I had to get up throughout the night just to take notes. So now all these new downloads and expanded ideas are vying for space in my head, along with all of my normal day-to-day, things that are already occupying space. Trying to factor these new things into an already overcrowded time slot can be tiring. It can be tiresome and frustrating. Then you begin to think about, oh my, did I forget something? Did I write something down someplace else? And forgot where I placed it? Hi, Isabel. Thank you so much for joining. Good to see you. Our topic for today, we're talking about time management and getting organized so that we can stay focused. That's what we're talking about today. So yeah, you begin to think that somewhere, somehow, you may have forgotten something, or you wrote it down someplace and you can't remember where you put it. So staying focused and on track can be quite a task in itself. Listen, y'all, don't be deceived. It's the enemy's job to get us distracted and to get us to look too long at something that should not be occupying center stage in our lives right now. So don't allow him a foothold in your creative space to start clogging up your flow and stealing your energy, because that's what happens. Even when we take too much thought on a subject or a particular topic or an idea, we would end up stalled and immobilized, like a deer in the headlights, blink, blink, instead of progressing forward. I was talking with one of my friends today, Nina, earlier about this very topic. I tell y'all, the midweek motivations are really in real time. It would be very beneficial for us to get back to physically scheduling things into our day. We have to set aside time for certain things so we won't spend too much time on any one thing. Is this Fraser Atkinson really joining my live? Hi, Fraser. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Fraser always shares my lives out after I'm done, but to have you join live is a treat. Thank you for joining. So, and Fraser, today we're talking about time management and being organized so that we can stay focused on the main thing. So one thing I know, thank you. One thing I know about being a motivational or inspirational speaker is that things that are most impactful, the things that are most impactful about your speaking are the things that you've just gone through or are currently walking through. Those things are very real, so the potency of them is more easily conveyed because it's happening in real time. So since I've been wrestling with this flood of information lately, I know this has been something happening to me, so I'm sure it's happening to others of you as well. not only am I receiving these spiritual downloads, I've also been introduced to Facebook groups that have some pretty amazing people that are constantly doing some pretty amazing things. It's just amazing the amount of people that are entrepreneurs and parallelpreneurs and just making things happen, doing things and touching lives and impacting people. It's just great. I've been highly motivated and encouraged by being a part of these groups. So I have all this going on, all that's going on in my own swim lane, plus trying to watch and keep up with all the groups that I have been invited into. There is far too much coming at me at once. So then it gets hard to decipher, what am I supposed to be doing while cheering others on as they are doing what they're supposed to be doing? And listen, trying very hard not to pick up their assignment as my own. That is critical. Monique Harris, hello girl. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Our topic of discussion today, Monique, is time management and being organized so we can stay focused on our assignment. So here again, would be an excellent place to insert that schedule again and applying time management. Let's dedicate a space of time, say a couple hours a day, to first go through our Facebook posts and preview some of those videos. We really have to be determined. We really have to be committed to setting aside time to do the things that have risen to the surface in our lives that are important, so that we can make sure we get everything done. So once that designated time has elapsed, we have to be just as determined to come to a hard stop and move on to what's next in our day. And that has been the thing that's been kind of hard to do. I've heard others who dedicate specific days of the week for certain things. For instance, Monday may be set aside to massage your current content, to massage that and get it, more mature. Tuesdays could be developing new content. Wednesday, you can set aside Wednesdays to maybe watch those Facebook videos that you saved because you didn't have time to watch them all. Thursdays could be designated to maybe record your own videos. Fridays could be set aside for client appointments, things like that. These are just suggestions. Try to factor these things into your own life, how to set aside time or set aside a complete day to do various things. You get the idea though, right? However, you need to tweak your schedule to be more effective in your assignment is what you need to employ. We need to see progress and forward movement as we are building these empires. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So last week I was trying to get focused. I tell you, this stuff is in real time. Last week I was really trying hard to get focused and get back on track when I was reminded of something the Lord showed me back in 2014. And I want to introduce this concept to you today. I'm actually going to be talking about this concept next week in the Business Beyond Borders pitch tank that hosted by Rayshawn Chambers. And guess what? I am privileged next week to be the featured speaker. But, naturally, I want my followers here to see the pilot first, just to see what you all think about it. I will post a link to the Business Beyond Borders discussion, the pitch tank that I'll be a part of. I'll post it so that you can join next Thursday if you'd like. It'll be next Thursday at 8:30. Okay, because I'm all about doing what it is that God has called us to do in this season, to be on point, to be in your swim lane, to own what you're supposed to be doing. I want to offer this tool to help us stay focused and on track. So back in 2014, God gave me this concept of using what I call a project thread, okay, to manage my life and not be so overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information that I'm always receiving. I employed this project thread to help me through the Tracy Lynn Jewelry business that I was doing at that time, and it was wonderful. It was a great concept, and it helped me out, and it still is a good concept. I just totally forgot about it. So visualize this with me. Our many downloads and dreams, our many visions and concepts, all the ideas and thoughts are compartmentalized and segregated into frames, much like a movie reel tape. You know what I'm talking about? The old movie reel tapes. They have these little frames on them in the mover reel tape. So each of these frames contain a dream or a passion, a thought or an idea. They may contain a plan or some facet of our life. Some frames are in the project thread simply to help manage life more effectively. Let's say our source of employment is in a frame. Our home life and family life, that will be in its own frame. Church life and the responsibilities surrounded there are in a frame. For me, my publications business, Scribe for Him, will have its own frame. The many books I will write are in a separate frame. Speaking engagements would be in their own frame, and so forth. You get the idea. All these projects and assignments are contained in their own frame in my thread of projects. There are no limits to the amount of frames that could be in any project thread. And at any given moment, the frames can progress, and I can pull down. I can pull down from my project thread the frame that's on center stage in the center in the current frame and work on that. Okay, does it make sense to you yet? As long as I need to work on this item, it will be in the main frame. As I work on things related to, say, my church, that frame will be in the main frame, and that will be what I'll be working on. Okay, the many tasks that are centered around what I do at church, and those duties will be in the main frame. Okay, when I finish working on that for the day, I could figuratively just throw it back up into my thread of projects. Great concept. Are y'all with me up? Okay, and then I could pull down another one for the day, or I'm done with my thread of projects for the day. Okay, what a wonderful concept. I love it. And it really does help me out a lot. So using a project thread helps keep all of your assignments compiled into one place, right where you left them, and ready and accessible when you need them. Okay, when the creative juices get to flowing, the last thing you need is to be scrambling around trying to find a piece of paper or a note, a file, or a notebook that you wrote some of your brilliant ideas down in. Now, with the project thread, all you need is to open your project thread, go to the desired section, and insert your fresh ideas and thoughts. Each project is current and up to date in its level of maturity, because each time you need to massage it, you come back to your project thread to do so. Great idea, right? Okay, you can now create freely because you're not trying to figure out how to incorporate 5 files into one. They're all right there in that one project thread. All your thoughts on any particular topic are housed right here in your project thread. The concept here that I can pull down any frame, thank you for the thumbs up. The concept here is that I can pull down any frame from my project thread to work on at any given time, thereby keeping my mind free from the clutter. This is Faye Harris. Wow. Thank you so much for joining. It's so good to see you. So the project thread, I could keep my mind free from the clutter of having to house everything in my head at one time. I am seeing Della Wilson watching this live. Thank you so much. Hi, my sister Della. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all are really encouraging my heart today. Okay, so Della and Faye and Monique, if I didn't tell you, the topic of today is time management and getting organized so that we can stay focused on our assignments, okay? There's some stuff you need to go back and watch the replay on, because I think this is some good information. I really just wanted to introduce my project thread here today. You all have been following me on this journey as I have learned how to flow in my swim lane and to understand my sweet spot. So I thought it would be befitting that I share this here with you all today. Just a little tip on how you can keep yourself on track on this journey. I am going to, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to try to do something right now that I've never done before, which will be, I'm going to flip my screen around so I can show you just a little bit of what I'm talking about before I close today. And one of my good friends, Lena, who I hope will watch this eventually, is going to help me and show me how to do these live videos in another platform that will allow me to pop my PowerPoint presentation on the screen for you without having to rotate my screen. But until then, we're going to have to do it this way. So let me see how I can get set up here first. I know, Fraser, you're going to just be so happy with this. So let's see. Okay, if I flip the screen. So now you all should see my PowerPoint presentation. And as you can see, I have it listed here as Scribe for Him. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. Scribe for Him Enterprises, serving the community. And down at the bottom, you see Project Thread. This is my project management slide deck, okay? And this is what I'm talking about. You just have this thread of projects inside this project. You see the movie reel screen, and here, and each one of these would be is conceptually one of your projects. And over here in this corner, you'll see I have listed the things that I'm currently working on. I don't know how clear that is, but the midweek motivation is there. I have Scribe for Him Publishing that's there. And under that, I have 3 clients, and I removed their names because we're not quite finished with their projects. I have 3 clients that I'm currently working with. And under the same frame, I'll have my Transformed, which is a new book that I'll be working on. I have an audio book that I'm working on. Then I have my 2018 Bounce Back Summit, which will be happening next week that I'm a part of. I have the 2018 Down for the Count book, which is an anthology that I will be working on. It'll be released this summer. Then I have in my projects thread, Authentically You Ministries. And under that, there will be a frame for speaking engagements. And under that is the Pitch Tank engagement that I'll be on next week that I told you about. And so forth and so on. So now you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And let's move forward. Next week, well, okay, let's back up a little bit. I know Nina's going to kill me for the way I'm doing this, but this is where I'm doing it for now. Next week, do you see, this is the Business Beyond Borders Pitch Tank discussion that I'll be having next week. And all of my notes are here. All of my notes are here. So this is how I'm building it. So anytime I need to add something to my notes, I don't have to go running and scrambling trying to find the file that it's in. It's all right here. I absolutely love it. So that is my Pitch Tank discussion. Now I'm going to turn it back around and get set back up. How was that? Did you like that? Was that helpful to anybody? All right, let me go back over here. So yeah, that's one of the offerings that I want to incorporate into the Authentically You ministry, Scribe for Him publications ministry that I'm trying to get up and running. Thank you, Fraser. I told you you're going to be proud of me, Fraser. So now, when I have these great ideas and these thoughts in the middle of the night, I simply open my project thread, go to the slide that relates to that, and incorporate my present thoughts with the many, with all the other things that are going on there. All right. And then, so once I finish the Pitch Tank next week, that file, the slides of that particular project, I'll just minimize the font and the size of those particular slides, because right now there are 13 slides in there for that, because I have it so big so I can see it. I'll minimize it down to about 8, and I'll move all down so I can get it down to about 2, maybe 3 slides in my deck, and then I'll move that stuff down to the bottom, and because I want to keep it. That is good content, so I want to keep the content within my project thread so that I can use it in days, to come. Thank you, Della. She said, great job. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I want to keep that content for further other things that I might want to use it for. And even some of this content will even be going into the writing of my book. So yeah, it's great. And you don't have to have things in 5, 6 different places. Everything is inside your project thread, your movie reel tape. All of the information is right there inside that, inside your movie reel tape, inside your project thread. Hi, Alicia. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. So yeah, as you continue to get these bright ideas and you add more slides to your project thread, to your slide deck, and you continue to populate this information. So when God is ready to bring that particular thing to life, you'll have everything he's given you already to that point, ready to go. So, what do you think? Okay, so listen, I have a question. If I did an online project thread creation class, would you join me? Does this sound like something that could help you organize your life? Okay, let me know, and we'll see if this is something that we can maybe make available sooner rather than later, because I would really like to get this thing out to as many who think it can help them. Proverbs 4:25 says, let your eyes look straight ahead and your eyelids look right before you. Okay? Let's manage our time wisely, organize our thoughts and information, and stay focused. All right? Thank you all so much for joining. That concludes our dialogue for today. Thank you so much again for joining, and please share this out if you think, hit the share button if you think you have friends and family that this could possibly help. Let me hear what you think in the comments below, and so that we can see whether or not we'll make this into an actual project thread creation class. Until next week then, make this your season to live out your reason. Be authentically you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.